Hi everyone, this is Jenna New and I'm showing you my little database that you might have heard about, and I do offer for anybody that's a numerologist that wants to do any kind of a research. This is just a database. It's formatted in the way I do things, which I use all four different numerologies, also the reverse codes of those numerologies, and I put them together in a little table for everybody. Um, Everything is here. No matter what numerology you do use, all the words are just basically have been broken down in all the different numerologies. Everything is here for you to see. And if you look at the bottom, you'll notice that there's all types of tabs down here. Click on any of these if you're looking for particular words or studies that I'm working on. There's sets of things, that sort of thing. The think tank, the false flags, and the regarding are ones that I personally work on just to figure stuff out. So, I mean, if you want to see what I'm doing, you can look in there. Um, I do want to explain all of this to you. If you have any words that don't happen to be in my word bank, just let me know. You can get a hold of me on Facebook or Google. Um, and I should probably tell you that the Pythagorean theory, for those who don't understand it, is basically if you have a double digit number, you reduce it by 1 plus 2 equals 3 out of the 12. 66 equals 6 plus 6 equals 12 equals 1 plus 3. So that's pretty simple and self explanatory. Here are the keys. Now, these keys are from valid sources, and I've double checked to make sure that I'm not picking up one that somebody just yay-hooed on. These are basic. Pythagorean key is 1 through 9, and basically, as you can tell, it's just a shorthand version of the number key, which is the actual count of the English alphabet. Uh, you can find the P in my key codes, and you'll notice that P has its own line, and you just follow the P if you want to do just Pythagorean. Chaldean is the same. Each one of these will have their own line of everything in there. On this top portion, I do keep the non-reduced versions in there just for those who like to add everything up first. I like to do it that way anyway. The Chaldean key is the most baffling to people because it doesn't match anything that most people know. I believe it was based on a different arrangement of an alphabet. It's the oldest numerology. It's the basis behind tarot and quite a few other sacred geometry and quite a few other things. And of course, it has its own line in my key. Gematria, this is English gematria. It's based 1 through 7. 1 through 7, it's just dividing the alphabet into two parts, and in those two parts divided in two, with 7 being the middle of each. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's how you see it in here. It's got its own set of lines just like the rest. And of course, you've got the actual values, which I call the number key, and you'll find that here. On the bottom part of my key is reverse numbers, and basically, when you build a word with whatever key you're using here, you whatever the reduced total of it is, I have included as reverse numbers. The little box on the side will have the match for those numbers. Will be right in here. And all the reverse numbers are is just the numbers spelled out in their own key and then reduced. Now, for the example, as you can see, I did this piece, and if you look, it's very easy. You go over to the P, and you've got P matches your E, your E, your A, your A, your C, your E. All right. Now, you take these totals after building your word, you sum them up, and then you reduce them. You end up with the first part of the key that I normally use. The reverse is if you take that 3 and you spell it out in Pythagorean and reduce it, it comes to a 2, and you'll notice that it matches the 2 in the key here. And that is the same for all of the different numbers that are here. The 4 in Chaldean spelling 4 comes out to 5, etc., etc. And you'll see that I've got these all over the place, and they're basically just these codes for me to match things up. Peace is a half match for bull, and bull is this part right here. So some people might say, well, if that's reverse on one side, maybe that's a negative. I don't find that to be true, because I don't see that in all instances. Or I would see something like this would have a negative effect there. But as you can see, this is a full match. Peace is a full match, a direct match to Taurus, and Taurus is the toric field, energy field. It's known as the your light energy, the heart, the magnetic field around the earth. And it's not a far stretch at all if you understand the power of an inner intention. In meditation, you would go into a peaceful state in order to expand past your body, and that's basically a pretty good match, if you ask me. The last thing I want to cover here is when you're totaling numbers, like say dates. This is how I do dates, and I'll do them in both versions. I see people out there doing both versions, so I go ahead and do it that way. You don't need to reverse these, because obviously they're already reversed. They're out of this key over here, and you'll see that the 2 matches the 2, and 5 and 7. Let's see if you can match up these totals with any of these down here if you're looking for matches. So basically you take it and you sum everything up, and of course just the regular 2, 5, 7 will match what the universal year, month, and date would be when all totaled up, and that would give you this key here, which is 5, which matches into the reduced version. And then of course you have this number, so now you have these 2 numbers to run around and try to find matches for. This version here is obviously we're not using the 2000 part, and so this one uses the 2000, this one doesn't, and you're going to end up with a different universal year, month, and date. So that's why I use them both, just to check them both out, because I know people use both of them. And as you can see, the 2 comes down, the 14, and I do each number, I consider each of these their own number, so I do them first before I total them together. But you can see how that works. So I get the code of 255 here. I go to my key, and I pull the 2, the 5, and the 5, and I total them. And I total this is a 3 matching this, and you end up with these 2 codes here. And as you can see, we have a half match with ether as to the date of Valentine's, which in this case, okay, we can say that love is bliss. Anyway, if you have any questions, please do get a hold of me. This is free for everybody, and I'm trying to put this together so we can all work together. Just get a hold of me, and I can get you the link. This is not anybody can see kind of link. You do need to get a hold of me. So I hope this explains a few things about what I'm doing, and I hope it sparks your interest. Thank you.